So this week we are going to be working on session state, but before I get into that, I do want to mention that you should have gotten an email from me with login information for the test of everyday reasoning with numeracy, abbreviated TERN, TER-N. Uh, we use the results of this test to make improvements in critical thinking in our curriculum. So we would really appreciate it if you would all take the test, and I will give you 20 points extra credit for taking the test. So this is the same test that you guys took last year, but you have to take it once a school year. So I would hope that y'all improve over last year. And this is the first time that this is being offered this year. So none of you have taken it yet. So directions on how to take the test, your login and password, they're all in the email that you should have received from me. If you can't find the email, let me know and I will forward it to you. Once you complete that test, if you come into the Dropbox, and you add a submission and you key in the word done and you save it, I will give you 20 points extra credit for completing it. And for most students, it takes 30 to 45 minutes, in case you're wondering about time. Now, as far as what we're going to be working on this week, so far we have used view bags, view data, and temp data to pass data from controllers to views when the data is not connected to a model. There is another way to do it, and it is by saving the data as session data. And you may be familiar with session data from other classes. We used it in the JavaScript class. HTML5 includes local storage and session storage. We also use it in the 228 class. And so this is basically how you do it with ASP.NET Core MVC. And so the lecture demo goes through how to configure your application for session data, and then the commands that you need to use to add integers and strings. Now, if you want to do objects, that throws a little more complication in because we have to use JSON to convert the object into a string. And then we can save it as session data. And then when we retrieve it, we have to use JSON again to deserialize it, which converts it from the string back into an object. So you will be learning how to do that as well. Then there is, I think it's in the bag is what you're going to be working with while you are learning these commands. And then we are going to use the NFL Starter app for you to practice on your own. So that's all in the lecture demo. Then when you are done, you are going to go into the Dropbox. You should have two things on GitHub, in the bag and the NFL app. So you're going to add the URLs for both and submit it. Also this week, we have a unit test. So that is covering chapters 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11. Open book, open note, 40 questions. Okay, so make sure you look up answers if you're not sure. There is no time limit on the test. And I did go through the questions. I got rid of ones that were confusing. So hopefully you guys won't find these ones too confusing. They are being pulled in from the publisher's test bank. So you'll be getting random questions. Not everybody is going to be getting the same. Then we have a discussion exercise. Now, this one does not involve any research. This is one of our learning outcomes for this class, and it's how the quality of code affects our interaction with technology. So I want you to think about something that you use in your everyday life. I want you to think about something that has it's coded well, as we have so many things that we use that are um, operate on code. So, what in your everyday life is coded well? And what do you use in your everyday life that is coded poorly? And these could be apps on your phone. They could be, if you have a smart house, it could be some app in your house, or it could be something you use at work, or if you're driving through town, something that you notice, maybe there's like a lit up billboard that changes or something. So basically, it's something. These are things that are you are interacting with in your world, and you're going to share them with us. What's an example of good code? What's an example of poor code? For the poor code, how does interacting with the code make you feel? And what do you think could be done to improve it? For the quality code, how does interacting with that code make you feel? And is there anything that could be done to improve that? And after you get done sharing, I want you to reply to 3 posts that your classmates post. So that is the discussion. If you have any questions about what you're working on this week, please let me know and have a great week.